Flowers River Lodge is approximately 170 miles north of Goose Bay, Labrador. It's one of the most northerly scheduled salmon rivers in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. I think what makes this river so special is the fact that the water here at Flowers River is so unbelievably clear. You can look over the side of the boat 50 feet away, you can see salmon lying by a rock. It just stands out so clearly and it's unmistakable. It's just absolutely mind-boggling. When you see one of these big 30-pound or 25-pound fish leave the bottom and come for the fly and eventually take the fly down, it's an incredible experience. You can see the look of total awe that the guests get on their face. I think most of the time people think I'm not going to hit this fish, but fish of a lifetime, and that's what it usually ends up being. That's the satisfying part of being a guide, to put a client on a fish that is a fish of a lifetime. I've seen people break down and cry. When you see that, it's like, right on.
It was originally founded 50 years ago by a paper company called Bow Waters, and it was then taken over and turned into a salmon fishing lodge by Mr. Vince Burton. In 2017, he took over new ownership and just expanded from there. We got 15 kilometers of river we fish here.
We have a kitchen area, eating area, with 3 rooms for guests who like to have their own space. Accommodation is quite nice. We have a, for lack of better words, I'll call it a cottage or cabin that can accommodate a couple of groups of fishermen. And then we have 2 more smaller cabins. Basically, at any one time here, there's usually 12 guests.
A lot of guests come here because it's so easy to fish this place. Like, we have nice watering pools, there's no big boulders for people to trip up in, so we could cater to the older generation, and we have lots of stuff for the younger generation. We just have so many really large fish. Like, it's common to get 20-pounders, and we even get 30-pound plus fish here. So it's really awesome fishing.
Breakfast at about 7 a.m. so they have time to get their rods and their gear and get ready for the day. And at 8 o'clock, we'll leave and we'll have the day on the river. Some of the closer pools, like Max's, we'll come back and have lunch around 12. Sometimes we'll stay a little longer if guests want to. The further pools, we'll take lunch and we'll stay most evenings till probably 8:30 most nights. And after that, we'll come back and we'll have supper. If you want to experience big Atlantic salmon, and if you want to experience watching how a fish takes your fly and then watch the next big jump that comes from that fish, I can't think of a better place you could go.